if people don't get the joke, that would be myself and Liz Harrison. So, you know, saying that things are okay. But this isn't FTR Radio. This is Vigilant Liberty Radio, and this is Next with Jonathan Sangster. So speaking of Next, what do you want to talk about next, Jonathan?
Well, one thing, if you follow my site, we always talk about it. We do pieces on whenever U.S. soldiers go down, and wanted to mention we did have 2 U.S. troops get killed this week. On Monday, December 23rd, Sergeant Daniel M. Vasilian, 27 of Abington, Massachusetts. He was killed during combat in Helmand Province, Afghanistan. He was assigned to the 1st Battalion, 9th Marine Regiment, 2nd Marine Division, 2nd Marine Expeditionary Force out of Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. And then on Friday, we had Captain David I. Lyon of the U.S. Air Force. He and 2 other NATO troops were killed when their vehicle was struck by an improvised explosive device in Kabul. He was 28 of Sandpoint, Idaho, assigned to the 21st Logistics Readiness Squadron out of Peterson Air Force Base in Colorado. I'd like to thank them and their families for their service and unfortunate losses. Yes.
They do good work.
It's unfortunately costly sometimes.
Yeah.
But other things being costly, on Tuesday, the United States Postal Service announced the expected increase in shipping prices. First class stamps are going to be raising from 46 cents up to 49 cents now. Postcards are going up from 32 to 33 cents. And then bulk mail, magazines, and packages will see a 6% increase in their costs. Those price changes will take place on January 26th. However, the Postal Service was unable to get authorization to make those permanent. They were only given permission to raise prices for 2 years. Though inflation will probably continue to go up, which would make the increases permanent in the long run anyways.
Costs a lot to mail.
Yeah, and the more they raise the price, the fewer people they get using them.
Yeah. Well, that's why you see a lot of people using digital subscriptions to magazines and stuff like that.
Yes, and I mean, letters are mostly a thing of the past, and when you have other companies that beat their prices, it's just
except for when they get completely overwhelmed with packages, which is what happened with UPS.
Yes, this over Christmas they got reamed.
Yeah, especially here because they had the ice storm, which really screwed a lot of stuff up, and that just caused that caused a ton of issues. I had a bunch of packages get delayed. But they did a nice job trying to catch up as much as possible,
and they did good job, I thought, on getting the word out. Hey, we're in trouble. Sorry, ahead of time. Not, oh yeah, your package was late. Sorry about that. After the fact, they let it be known we're having issues ahead of time, which I thought was a good move. Even though some people probably think it was a bad move because they let everyone know about it, but it's a good PR move because they were honest about it. They didn't try and hide it. I know, right? Yeah, which, was impressive to me. I mean, here I know they talked about they were delayed like 12 to 18 hours in the Denver area.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, other stuff, like if it was coming from Dallas, if it got stuck in the ice storm or whatever, obviously the weather's going to delay it further, but I mean, they got hit hard, and yeah, I don't know. Next year, maybe they'll probably be more prepared. But I mean, as big as they are, to get caught like that probably says a lot about how much was going through them.
Well, see, there you go.
Yeah, but yeah, and Christmas. I mean, that's how much. I mean, how much larger is the volume during around the Christmas than it is the rest of the year? I
A
mean,
lot. I mean, a lot. I
yeah,
mean, there's a reason why they call it. There's a reason why they call it Black Friday.
yeah. It's yeah. I mean, if that happened like the middle of the year, or some random time, that would have just been like that would have looked really bad because there's no reason for it. But yeah,
Yeah.
but as
I
I
have
mean,
to admit, I'm currently reading a very interesting article from Motley Fool or Fool.com. These three forgotten comic book superheroes deserve their own movies.
um, I have no idea.
I don't know. Who do you think who has not been on screen? Who do you think deserve their own movies?
I have never was never into comics that much actually, so I don't know. This would be a good question. If you didn't know Danny from WI on Twitter, he is probably the biggest comic guy I know,
Mm-hmm.
and he would definitely be a good one for this. But I just never followed it that much. I mean, I knew the basics, but
Yeah.
the new movie, the Avengers throughout people I'd never knew, or the fact that the X-Men and Wolverine's an Avenger. What?
Yes, Wolverine is now an Avenger.
Spider-Man?
He's been an Avenger for a few years.
Yeah,
He's not an
Spider-Man.
original one.
Yeah. Or the Justice League. I mean that's been brought to my attention a lot more over the last few years and others. So what would you say are the ones that should be?
Uh, I would like to see a Nightwing movie because I'm a massive Batman fan
Wasn't
and
Nightwing
Dick
what
Grayson.
Robin became after he stopped being Robin?
Yes.
He's like, I'm done being Robin, I'm being Nightwing now.
Yes.
Gotta grow up at some point, right?
So, yeah. So, but yes, that is one. The other thing that you have going on is I kind of like the idea of seeing some movies from the Valiant universe, which is that's that's a little known universe that's restarted up by Valiant Entertainment. Really, some good comic books there. Stuff that's just really fun to read. Um, Exo Man of War in particular, and would be a cool sci-fi film. And I think they could have some fun with Archer and Armstrong. And I would really like to see if they did it right, a Deathstroke the Terminator film. Deathstroke is mainly known as a villain, but he's been kind of on both sides of the law from time to time. He was a major villain in Teen Titans, but in fact, if anybody ever watched the Teen Titans animated series, the character Slade, because they didn't want to call him Deathstroke because, well, it's on Cartoon Network, and it's definitely modeled towards teens, well, youths and teens. He's a really cool character, I think.
Yeah, I had definitely never heard of Valiant.
So it's worth checking out. They got some good stuff.
Yeah, but the big one I've noticed lately is the whole Ant-Man thing.
Yeah,
I'm like, let's see, his superpower is he shrinks down to ant size and can talk to ants.
And he can grow really big. And, well, the other thing is that he's really smart. He's a super
See, I really
scientist.
expected, when I first heard Ant-Man, I was expecting, like, okay, superhuman strength, ants, super strong, you know, but super smart, and he's an ant.
Well, it depends on,
What was that one, the Tick? Is he, like, the nemesis of the Tick?
No. Different universes.
See, there we go. Like, now if we talk Star Wars, then I'll know what we're talking about.
Yes.
If we talk World War II history, then I'll know what we're talking about. But yeah, no, the comics. Yeah, like I said, the movies got me more interested in at least knowing who the characters are, just because
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm reading up on these people that are going to be in the movies. Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot more than we're aware that are even made as movies. The Blockbuster is the only one we really pay attention to, but in general, being the populace in general, we know Batman, we know Superman, Spider-Man, and the X-Men, and after that, it just kind of gets iffy.
Well, it's tough to... Yeah, I mean, you've got to be able to do... I mean, does anybody remember the Steel movie starring Shaquille O'Neal? Anybody?
No.
That's my point.
I only knew he was in Shazam.
Yeah, again, that's my point.
Yeah. James said that Gambit needs a movie.
He would... well, he was in Wolverine Origins, which a lot of people want to forget. I actually enjoyed the movie, but I thought the movie The Wolverine was a lot better. The sequel that came out over the summer, I thought was a lot better. Gambit would work, but, a lot of people, I don't know if they want to play, Creole. It's kind of tough to do that sometimes. So we shall see.
Yeah. Did you see Ender's Game?
I
I just
not.
saw that the other night. Actually, I thought it was a pretty good movie. My friend that I was with, she has read the books, and so she was disappointed in it because it's apparently a lot different than the books. But from a movie point of view, I thought it was decent. I really loved the music to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was one of the things I got on Spotify and listened to that soundtrack a couple times. It's really good.
Cool.
But
Cool.
yeah. Other than that.
But speaking of being, I guess it is. It is about that time, Jonathan. So anything
Oh, yeah?
you want to plug as we wrap up?
Here, give a plug in for your show.
Give a plug to Saturday Night Cigar Lounge. I don't know if there's going to be a Saturday Night Cigar Lounge
Not this week.
This week. I guess we can say this week. It kind of depends. I'm going to a hockey game.
Ah, there you go again with your hockey.
Yes.
All right,
Yes,
since
me
you don't
and my
know,
hockey.
got guess we can plug Alan Bordeaux's show tomorrow night.
Alan Bordius is not having a show tomorrow night. He did not want to anger his liberal folks.
Oh, so I guess there's no shows this week till next Sunday.
Liz's show on Friday.
Okay, there we go. Liz on Friday.
Conservative
We'll plug.
feminist show. No, I will probably have a show. It just won't be me. Sean Venkman may be doing it.
Oh yeah, guest host.
Yeah. Real
There you
deal
go.
Saturday Night Cigar Lounge. So, with that being said, we can find you online where?
TutorRadical.com, or put that in anywhere, or Jonathan D. Sangster. Google that. That'll find me somewhere too.
And you can find me at EYE Desert Blog. So, with that, we will see you next week.
Thanks for listening tonight. We'll see you next week.